Yeah, the thing about who gets hurt in this problem where local news continues to dwindle, AI continues to scroll Reddit for its information, is if you thought that we were disconnected from reality before, we will be absolutely untethered from reality now because the individual algorithms are just the opening salvo. That's just clearing your throat for what the ad models want. If you start taking away context in a dramatic way, if you start saying like, well, you don't live in a community, what you actually do is you live in a country. So, and your country's on your TV, then you're paying attention to what's on your screen, not what's actually happening outside of your door. And then who will be there to report what's actually happening outside of your door? And the next thing you know, the only time that you're going to really start caring about whether local news should have been there or not was whenever you do the research on your own and realize that somebody sold away the city's water infrastructure to a guy who had no business buying it and had no responsibility on giving you clean water that's piped into your house. That's when you're going to start caring about who it is that's holding anybody into account before now. So, and then the AI companies, their job is stakeholder profits. And, our point is you can get the stakeholder profits if with the best information at the hyper local contextualized level. Let's help you do that because on your own, it is gonna be even more of a shit show than it is today.
But you're dancing around this too. It's the economics. You think that your local economy does better whenever your best friend
Yeah.
is a Kardashian or Mike Rowe. It's like, these are TV personalities that are LARPing as people you are friends with. And they distract you so much that you now are waiting for them to tell you what to buy next in terms of products. And you can see that there's a correlation between these information deserts and the economic side of how long a dollar stays inside of that local community. And the
Hmm.
the ramifications of that are huge. You have this high concentration of wealth in smaller and smaller communities and bigger and bigger areas where it's resembling a whole different universe of essentially bad economic news, bad information news, and and a sense of hopelessness because you know maybe I can win. I can win one of those big reveal type shows where they come to our town and revitalize it, and it's like that's not how our democracy works. We don't we have an opportunity to address all those issues, and it starts by knowing your neighbor, understanding what's at stake in your community, and getting active in it. And so far, everything we're talking about here, if you don't get active in these things now, all the attention and all the incentives are going to continue to dwindle your options, and it's going to make larger and larger parts of the country impoverished, both informationally and economically.
So year after year, they always have these reports on like the state of local news, and not surprisingly, every year it's a more journalists out of work, less local news available in all these communities. By the way, there is no hope looking at a one size fits all business model. And from what I can tell, almost everybody's antidote to that is you need to gather an audience and you need to sell ads to that audience. That is how this works, which is to say, like, I've strummed that guitar so many times, it's still out of tune, still doesn't work. It's going to get harder from here when Google is cutting off SEO and Google AdSense of its own product offerings in favor of AI. Do people think that we are going to do work and with profits rich enough to hold off a lawsuit from the board of supervisors or to pay reporters a living wage that can stay at an institution for 30 years, reporting on various beats in their community. Like, that's what we're talking about here. Because journalism was always best at the local level.